I think that came from childhood memories of being Red Indians, you know. It's like that kind of sound that you loved to make as a kid. And I don't know. I mean, all those things, it's like you don't know where they come from, really. They just, you let them come through you. You try to get out of the way. If you let your head get in the way, you'd never do something stupid as that. You'd censor yourself all the time. And what we try and do is get out of our own way and let the song come through. There always is a strong sense that the song has already been written and we're trying to tune into it and remember it. And sometimes I feel I've forgotten it. And there's some songs where I've got 80% of the lyric and I've missed 20%. And that's been so frustrating. I'm definitely an enemy of religion, of organised religion. I think people can find individual faith in there, but organised religion's an attempt to get a franchise on God, that their God is the only way, and that you must follow their God, and you must fight those people because they have a different version. I just look at the history of that, I think that stinks. Organised kind of religions are an attempt to get power. Hence the song God Only Knows. My guru has been sleeping with adepts and with sheep, while I was fucking celibate, self-righteous in belief. Yesterday he was God, and now he is a creep. We fell upon each other, starving for belief. And that song, God Only Knows, is the question of what is the nature of God, and the answer being God only knows. I'm a really lucky, rare singer. You look at the rock and roll industry and the myth of the tortured artist, which is what I was brought up on and swallowed for a long time. The Nick Caves, the Patti Smiths, Iggy Pops. That was the line I came from. And Johnny Yen, the song, which you'll see in the gig, is about that. Self-destructive suicide artists that we love to watch. We love watching that tightrope.
An amateur guitar player playing on a professional stage. I've hardly played in 7 years, really. My last gig was Woodstock in '94, so what's that, 4, 6, yeah, 7 years. 7 years. So forgive me if I cock it up on there.
We came to play Sit Down. Tim said, down the mic, oh, lads, I don't really want you, please don't start Sit Down like the way we've been doing it, which was something that Dave and Adrian primarily had kind of sorted out, which was based around a remix that was done for us. A really big, hefty guitar riff kind of started the song. And turned around to him and went, don't start it like that. And then an argument developed on stage. Like, literally. And I went to my mic and went, you will not see in a venue of this size a band like James ever argue in front of you about how they're going to play a song, right? And people started laughing.
Yeah,
like,
I'll bet.
Actually, that's what we're here to see, in a way, actually. And at which point Jimmy went, yes, you will. Like, very mank, you know, yeah, you will. I was like, no, you won't. And then it's just like totally stupid, of course. But this whole thing developed where, like, we had no idea how to start this fucking song. But let's not face it, it's our biggest hit, and it's, you know, a huge anthem.
It's the song.
Yeah. It's a song that defines James, you know. And there we were, literally stood on stage, arguing with each other, literally arguing about how we would actually start this song. And the audience were looking at us like, basically wankers. Like, what are you doing? And yet there was a huge amount of positivity towards it, because they thought, yeah, that's
what was
what
the
you
thing
are.
Tonight? Where it started not a cappella, but just Tim singing it, and then I think he turned around to you, Dave, at some point and like gave you the nod, and I thought, oh, the drums are about to kick in, but then they didn't for another 8 bars or whatever. What was that then?
Well, that was a follow-on from Newcastle,
right?
Where Tim had said, I don't want to start it this way anymore, and I was like, well, I think it's really good, and he just went, well, no. So he starts singing the song, looks down to me and says, bring the beat in. I was like, you're on your own. But it was great because the audience was singing it themselves. A great moment happened anyway. And that's always the beauty when you go into those areas, that it can actually get much better than the way you had it planned. But then today it was the same thing. And he was singing it, the audience was singing it along, and it was just like, well, this is fine. I'll come in on the next section, not this one, you know. And it worked a treat. Yeah.
It did actually.
You should sit there looking pretty.
This is us sit here with Jim and Serena and Chunny Lad. This is Chunny Lad.
Chunny Lad.
He is.
Why you call
Mr.
Chunny
Chunny Lad.
Why is he called Chunny?
Chunster. Because he's Mark Hunter,
Yeah.
which is Hunter. Chunter.
Yeah.
Chunter means to mumble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which he does a lot
Which
of.
he mumbles the whole time.
He does.
So to chunter is to mumble.
Yeah.
So
And
he's Chun.
a shortening of Chunter
Chun.
is Chun.
Chunny Lad.
Chunny Lad.
Mr. Chun.
There you go.
There you go.
Well, it's obvious now that you point it out.
Staring you right in the face, wasn't it? Staring you right in the face.
Yeah.
Chunny Lad.
There you go.
It's a cat
Chunny Lad.
Chunny Lad.
It's a
What's
total
your
cat
nickname though? You've all got nicknames. What's yours?
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have. What's your nickname? Excuse me.
Yes, this will be the
Jim.
nickname section.
Jim, what's
and
your
your
nickname? You have got one.
I haven't.
What's his nickname?
Noddy.
Noddy.
Yeah, he is the one that makes it up.
Noddy. Why are you Noddy?
Well, he's sometimes Mr. Delaney.
Jim, you fessed this up to me in the cab yesterday as well. They say it's me that does the nicknames.
I know. Well, they haven't come up with a nickname for me.
Noddy.
Should I done
Wait,
it?
hang on. I'm
Noddy
not-
then. Noddy.
Why are you Noddy?
Noddy.
I've never been called Noddy before tonight, so I wish I could explain why, but unfortunately, since it's just been spontaneously
Why is he
arrived at.
He's not, he never was.
Yeah, why
He
not?
is now. They've all got nicknames.
No,
How
Jim
can you
not.
How can Jim not have a nickname?
Because he's all mixed them up. Jim christens everyone.
Okay, what were the other
I didn't christen everybody.
What are the other nicknames then? Voo-Voo. Why is Voo-Voo Voo-Voo?
Well, that's not one of mine.
That's
Okay.
Why is he Voo-Voo?
I thought
Well-
he was Mr. Pastry.
Why are you
He's
Voo-Voo?
also
Yeah.
Mr. Pastry
But
and
that's from
Voo-Voo. Why are you
Peter.
Voo-Voo?
oh my god. I mean, I don't have to. There's no way I can explain
No,
it.
but I mean,
I'm gonna explain how I've become from Mr. Pastry to Voo.
you can do it in
Have a go.
Well,
Adrian, why are you called Mr. Pastry? It has to do with
And
Mr.
then
well,
why is
Peter called me
Peter
Mr.
said that.
Pastry.
Mr. Pastry, you remember Mr. Pastry?
See your
Peter called Mr. Pastry.
Who's
He's the only
Mr.
he's the only old bastard old enough to remember. Who
Yeah, I know Mr. Pastry as well, but yeah.
Pastry. Who's
Right.
Mr.
You know Mr. Pastry?
Pastry?
So,
He's like an old black and white TV character, and he's a bloke used to wear a bowler hat, and he used to have a white moustache, and he used to kind of like bumble around him. Well, it's like he was half asleep. And the first photo shoot we did, right, Peter goes up to his room because he's not down to do the photo shoot, and Voo opens the door, obviously looking like Mr. Pastry, yeah? And Peter comes down and goes, oh, he's up there looking like Mr. Pastry.
This guy with a huge moustache.
Exactly, a huge
staggering
white
into the
moustache.
furniture.
That was it.
It was an hour late for the
Exactly. So from that point,
flaming photo
from
shoot.
that point, you were Mr. Pastry. Now, the corruption from Mr. Pastry to Voo is a very interesting tale. It started off with them calling him Mr. Pastry, yeah? Which then became Mr. Pastry, a bit of a tune, yeah? Which then became da 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 da, just the music, yeah? Which then became da 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 da, which became ver, which then was corrupted over a long period of time, many generations into Voo.
Several tours.
How? But how would that be Voo-Voo?
Well, I don't know.
Mr. Voo-Voo. What would it-
Me had the Voo, yeah.
Me had the
Oh,
vovo.
we had a Voo-Voo.
Me had the vovo.
Yeah,
Where
we-
is me had the vovo?
Yeah.
I mean,
Me had it, it was me had it.
Me had
a
that
Voo-Voo.
for a while as
For a
well.
while.
We had a-
You had more
Bing bong.
nicknames than Bing Bong.
Bing bong. Bing bong.
But this is a great sign of respect to have more than one nickname. It is.
You know, just Voovel, just plain Voovel.
Oh, Voo.
We had a-
Voo's his friend.
Yeah. To your friends, you're known as Vuv, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this
Ow,
one.
ow, ow.
Because he was his friends, to be honest with you.
What, both of them?
So why is
No, I'm
So
happy.
why
I'm
is
happy.
Saul called Bob?
I think
Sauce
Voo.
and Bob.
Yeah, now
Jim,
Bob,
can you tell us why
because I
Saul's
did
known as
notice you being
Bob?
called Bob earlier
He
today.
is
so-
Bob.
Because when I joined this band up, primarily I played violin, and in the most ridiculous and pathetic way,
And so everybody said, "Oh, shorty, folky, bobbins," because I'm obviously very short. I mean, look at my height. Look at my height. You know, unless I stand on a chair, I'm nothing. So, anyway, my real natural height is, you know, obviously I'm diminutive. So, shorty.
But he makes me look
Short
tall.
again from that. Playing violin, folky, and then shit, which is bobbins.
Quite poetic, really. I mean,
No, let me tell the story. I bought into it, especially tonight. Let's face it.
Bob and the
Have a good
cotton.
night then.
Bums are cotton.
Bob and the cotton.
Bobbins
So
this
anyway,
evening.
bobbins is a mank word for shit. Yeah? So shorty, folky, bobbins became obviously.
Short fucking shit.
No. Short folk are shit.
Hey,
Tough
watch
crowd.
it,
I've got to
watch
tell
it.
you, tough crowd.
You've got no idea.
So it became Bob. Anyway.
No, I have. What do you think it's like to go through life looking like fucking Nick Cotton? Ever take a fucking tube journey?
Hey, give
You ever take a tube journey?
Bad by yourself.
You take a tube journey and people say, "Hey, Nick Cotton, give us a fag, Mark." Like,
Does it not piss you off, Dave?
No. He signs emails, Welsh. The Welsh family.
Really?
Welshie fucking Welsh, isn't it?
Yeah. I got an email from Welshy fucking Welsh last week.
It's a really heavy, demanding email, and I sign it Welshie fucking Welsh.
I want it all.
No one can have a go when you sign that, can they?
Taking the spirit.
Sleeping stories.
Excellent.
oh no, hang on.
The quiet
I
man,
heard
the
the
dark
ultimate
man.
sleeping.
The sleeping story.
Is this the sleeping story? No, it must be. It must be.
You know what we're going to say here,
I've
don't
heard
you?
this, but I now have
I think you have to. I think are you
What is
to
this,
interview?
Adrian?
Right, okay, here we go.
No.
Right.
Curly, you should interview.
We should interview Curly, really, because Curly's our tour manager.
Curly!
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 Here he is.
Curly!
Curly! We need a witness. I call Michael Jobson, Your Honour. The funniest
Michael
waking
Jobson
up story that you've ever done for this band.
Been in
Adrian Oxall.
in Viseu in Portugal. 6 o'clock in the morning, and we were leaving to go to Porto Airport. So my usual get the pass key and wake up the lads because they're not getting out of bed. And I went into Vuvu's room and there was the suitcase that hadn't been touched, the bed that hadn't been slept in, and no Vuv. On the way out the door, in the corner of my eye, I see a figure in the toilet. And it's Vuv, and he's got his head on the back on the toilet, and the welt in the hand, and he's asleep.
He's asleep with his head leaning on the wall with his
How
knob
is
in his
that
hand.
possible? How is that possible? What is it? Is it just like horses, sheep, and guitarists, or what that you can sleep standing up?
Look,
How is that possible?
look, I don't remember anything about that. There was Beijing when you were lying outside your door after trying to put your cash point card in it. Yes, well, that's slightly more dignified. I was trying to put my knob in the. I haven't done that yet. Give me some credit.
There's time. We're there tomorrow night. There's time.
Yeah. He is Welsh.
Nice one.